You ever wondered why you feel drained and unmotivated despite doing everything right? There is a habit that society says is normal, but in reality, it's holding you back from becoming the person you truly want to be. Today, we're going to expose this habit for what it really is and explain why you need to stop it right now if you want to unlock your full potential. This isn't just about willpower, it's about reclaiming your mind, your purpose, and your life. We're discussing masturbation, an act that everyone says is harmless but can actually trap you in a cycle that drains your motivation and keeps you from achieving greatness. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand why you need to stop, but also how to harness the power of Stoicism to regain control, boost your confidence, and live a more fulfilling life. And let me assure you, once you grasp the impact this habit has on your mind and future, you'll never view it the same way again. We've all heard that masturbation is completely normal, and to an extent, that may be true. Medical science today says that masturbation is normal, not only in humans but also observed in animals. The act itself isn't inherently evil, but the problem lies in how it can quickly become a crutch, an addiction that consumes your energy and mental resilience. To understand this, we need to discuss dopamine, the feel-good hormone that plays a crucial role in addiction. Dopamine is responsible for feelings of pleasure and reward, and repeated exposure can lead to dependency. As your brain craves more of it, every time you masturbate, your brain releases a rush of dopamine. This makes you feel good, calm, and relaxed. However, our brains are wired for survival, not for modern-day temptations. That surge of dopamine is so pleasurable that it creates a loop, an endless craving for more. This is how the trap begins. Over time, you need more stimulation to reach that same level of satisfaction, and the result is that you become dependent on it, much like any other addict, whether it's alcohol, drugs, or gambling. So what does this addiction really do to you? Your brain, being a masterful survival machine, starts adapting. The more dopamine you feed it, the more it requires to get that same rush of pleasure. It's like a person who starts with 1 drink a day, then needs 3, then 5, just to feel the same effect. Your brain builds up a tolerance, and soon, simple things that used to bring you joy, exercise, reading, spending time with friends, no longer do it for you. And when your brain is in this dopamine chase, it's like being caught in a vicious cycle. You feel a momentary satisfaction when you give in to your urges, but then you immediately feel guilty, ashamed, and anxious. This guilt keeps you from becoming the best version of yourself. It stops you from taking action, being confident, and facing life head-on. But there is hope, and this is where Stoicism comes in. The Stoics like Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus knew that true power comes from mastering oneself, not from giving in to fleeting pleasures. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This couldn't be truer when it comes to masturbation. The Stoics didn't shy away from pleasure. They understood it, observed it, and ultimately chose to master it. Pleasure is not inherently wrong, but becoming enslaved to it is what separates the strong from the weak. Think of pleasure as a fire. It can give warmth, it can even cook your food, but if you let it get out of control, it will burn your entire house down. Stoicism teaches us not to extinguish the fire, but to keep it under control, to master it. And the mastery over oneself is the ultimate freedom. This is why, in the eyes of the Stoics, masturbation is not just a physical act, but a challenge to your self-control, discipline, and ability to be the master of your own life. By indulging without boundaries, you become a slave to your passions. Dear Stoic Tell Us, you've reached the halfway mark of the video. I congratulate you for taking this step towards gaining mastery over your mind and body. Now, if you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe and comment below with your thoughts. I want to hear about your journey, your challenges, and your triumphs. Your story matters, and together, we can help each other grow. Now let's continue. The first step to breaking this destructive cycle is to recognize it for what it is. Many people hide behind the idea that it's natural to keep justifying their behavior, but you and I both know deep down, This habit is holding you back. It's wasting your energy, stealing your focus, and keeping you from reaching your true potential. You need to start by being brutally honest with yourself. You need to look in the mirror and ask, what am I doing with my time? Am I using my energy to build the life I want, or am I wasting it on momentary pleasure that ultimately makes me feel worse about myself? The Stoics believed in controlling what you can control and accepting what you cannot. You have complete control over your actions. Yes, it's hard to resist urges, but remember, you have the power to redirect your mind. The energy you pour into this habit can be channeled into something far greater. Marcus Aurelius used to remind himself every morning, you have the ability to rise above, to be courageous in the face of adversity. This is your moment. When you feel the urge, pause, breathe, and ask yourself, is this who I want to be? Is this action in line with the person I aspire to become? Replace the habit, find new outlets, go for a run, start journaling, practice meditation, or even pick up a hobby that challenges your mind. Every time you resist that urge, you are training your mind, forging yourself into a stronger, more resilient version of who you are today. One of the main reasons people turn to habits like masturbation is a lack of purpose. If you don't have something meaningful to focus on, your mind will naturally drift towards whatever gives it the easiest dopamine fix. The Stoics emphasized living with purpose, knowing what you want, why you want it, and taking action towards it. You need to create a compelling vision for yourself. What do you want from life? Do you want success, strength, confidence? Picture it clearly. Every time you resist the urge to give in, you're taking a step towards that vision. Every time you practice self-control, you are not losing out. You are gaining strength, energy, and the power to build the life you deserve. Find your why. Maybe it's to become the best version of yourself, to have more energy to work on your dreams, or simply to regain your confidence. Whatever it is, hold on to it. Make it your anchor. Continuing down this path means more than just lost energy. It means losing the respect you have for yourself. It means potentially losing relationships because you're more connected to the dopamine chase than to real human connections. It means letting go of your dreams, ambitions, and goals because you don't have the drive to pursue them. Stoicism teaches us about consequences not just to us, but to the order of the universe. When you indulge in this way, you are breaking that harmony. You are drifting away from your true nature, from the peace that comes with living in alignment with your values. Imagine a life where you have mastered yourself, where you wake up every day with a clear purpose, where you have energy, motivation, and confidence. Imagine looking in the mirror and respecting the person looking back at you. You no longer feel like a slave to your impulses, you feel free. Let me share a personal story. I know someone who used to struggle deeply with this habit. They felt ashamed, weak, and trapped. But when they discovered Stoicism, they started practicing self-control, self-reflection, and meditation. It wasn't easy, but slowly, day by day, they started to regain their power. Today, they are a completely different person, full of confidence, full of purpose, and free from the chains of compulsive behavior. You can be that person too. Stoicism isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Every day that you resist, you are winning. Every day that you choose discipline over indulgence, you are transforming yourself. So, here's my challenge to you. Take control, choose to be better, choose to break free from the chains of your impulses. Write in the comments, I am stronger than my urges. Let's support each other in this journey. Remember, true satisfaction comes not from fleeting pleasure, but from knowing that you are living in alignment with your deepest values. If this message resonates with you, please like this video and subscribe to Stoic Tell Us for more life-changing lessons rooted in ancient wisdom. Together, let's become the masters of ourselves. Thank you for staying with me until the end. You have already taken the first step towards a better version of yourself. Now let's keep moving forward.